not interested. We are going with another vendor. Or the worst one, silence. The prospect just disappears. If you're in sales, rejection isn't occasional. It's daily, it's hourly. And if you don't know how to handle it, it will quietly burn you out long before any quota does. Today I am breaking down exactly how top sales performers handle rejection so it stops costing you deals, energy, and confidence. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where we dive into how AI is reshaping B2B sales. If you're new here, I am Shikha, India's AI sales strategist. On this channel, I don't just review AI tools, I test them from a pure sales lens. And today's topic isn't a tool, it's a mindset. Let's get into it. Here's something most reps don't realize. Rejection activates the same part of your brain as physical pain. That's not a metaphor, it's neuroscience. Your brain doesn't fully separate the deal fell through from something just hurt me. Now, stack that on top of a sales job where rejection isn't a rare event, it's built into the math. Most reps here no far more often than yes. Cold calls get ignored, demos go quiet, proposals get ghosted. So, if rejection in sales feels heavier than it should, it's not because you're not cut out for this. It's because your brain is reacting to a threat signal over and over, multiple times a day. Understanding that is step one. You're not broken, you're human in a job that delivers more no's than more yeses. The biggest mistake salespeople make is turning a lost deal into a verdict on their ability. One ghosted prospect becomes I'm losing my touch. One lost RFP becomes I'm bad at closing. One quiet quarter becomes maybe sales isn't for me. This is overgeneralization, taking one data point and blowing it up into a permanent identity statement. And in sales, it's dangerous because it doesn't just hurt your confidence, it changes your behavior. Reps who personalize rejection start hesitating on follow ups, soften their pitch, or avoid outbound altogether. The fear of another no becomes bigger than the goal of getting a yes. Here's the truth: a lost deal is information, not identity. It might mean wrong timing, wrong budget, wrong stakeholder in the room, or a competitor who simply had a longer relationship. It's rarely a full verdict on your skill. Even the best closers in the world lose more deals than they win. Top performers in B2B sales often operate at win rates between 20 to 30% on qualified opportunities, meaning the majority of their deal end in a no. The difference between a top performer and an average one isn't fewer rejections, it's how fast they reset it after each one. Here's a simple framework you can use after every no, whether it's a 6-month deal that just collapsed or a cold call hang up. Step 1: feel it on a timer. Don't pretend it doesn't stink. Give yourself a short, defined window, 5 minutes after a call, an hour after a lost deal, to actually feel the frustration. Suppressing it doesn't make it disappear, it just makes it leak into your next call as low energy or hesitation. But the window closes. You're visiting the disappointment, not setting up camp there. Step 2: run the deal debrief, not the self judgment debrief. Instead of asking what's wrong with me, ask what does this deal loss actually tell me about the deal? Was it a budget issue, wrong timing, missing stakeholder buy in, weak discovery early on? Write down the actual specific reason, not a vague feeling. This turns a painful moment into a coachable data point instead of a character flaw. Step 3: ask the next action question. Instead of dwelling, ask what's the very next move? Update the CRM, send the next prospecting email, book the next discovery call. This shifts your brain out of rumination, which is backward looking, into action, which is forward looking. Momentum is the fastest cure for the sting of rejection. Feel it, debrief it, and move forward. Do this after every single no, and rejection stops being a wall. It becomes a checkpoint. Some weeks, it's not a one no. The 3-step framework can start to feel thin. It's 10 in a row, a losing streak. And when that happens, that's your cue to zoom out and look for patterns, not proof that you're failing. Are most of your losses happening at the same stage, like discovery or negotiation or post demo follow up? That's not a worth problem, that's a process problem, and it's fixable. Bring it to your sales manager or a peer for a second set of eyes. And don't isolate. Talk to your team. Isolation makes a losing streak feel bigger than it is. A quick conversation with another rep who's been through it shrinks it back down to size. If this gave you a new way to think about rejection, hit like, drop a comment, and share it with a teammate who's grinding through a tough quarter right now. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe because next week I am breaking down how to handle objections without sounding defensive.